Now, what is your answer? Let me help you. He said this suggests that. What is this? The idea before. Can you imagine it?
Yes.
And what does that suggest? What does it say? Those decreased costs have been significant. So decreased costs have been most significant in manufacturing, which occurs after all of these. What do we expect? We expect the cost of writing and editing and designing these was less affected because he said this decreased, were less affected by technologies used than, you see, as where the cost of manufacturing and distributing a book. So the cost is the same, decreased. Feel it?
Yes.
That's why. Let's find why is wrong. He said digital technologies made it easier than. He mentioned digital technology in the text. Yes. But make it easier than it had been previously for authors to write very long works. This is idea not mentioned in the text. Does technology help writers to easy, quickly, longer, or are talking about the cost? So you add idea not mentioned in the text, but it could be generally correct. Letter B, the half of the answer correct, but he didn't mention the cost of other consumer goods. We're not talking about other consumer goods. So always in this question for the complete or inference or suggesting or whatever, we have two answers. It's not mentioned in text. In any question, two answers, not mentioned already, but focus on the idea. That's fine. So here we found the letter D, it is correct. Let's try again. Support hypothesis.
Is it A?
So you think it's the letter A? I don't think so. Let's try again. Let me help you. Find the hypothesis. What is it? Hypothesize. So we focus on the idea mentioned in this one only. He said fork-tailed flycatcher females are attracted to specific sound. See? And that over the time, females' preference will drive further genetic. So we focus about specific sound, not about the feathers located on the wings have narrower shape or not. I'm not talking about the shape. See that?
F.
So what else it could be? So this means it is wrong. Look for letter B. It's the answer.
Yes.
The sound made. We'll talk about the sound. By the feathers of migratory male fork-tailed flycatcher grows progressively over time. Higher picture relative to that made by feathers of non-migratory. See that? That's why, so we focus on about the sound. We'll give you ideas here not mentioned about the hypothesis. That's why the question said the team's hypothesis only. So focus about idea related to the hypothesis. All right. Try the next.
Is it C?
You think it's a C, and the C it's correct.
Is it D?
Letter D is the best one. Come on, but do it faster. That is right. You remember the poetry. Illustrate the claim. What is the claim?
I don't really know.
Yeah, raise your voice if you are talking.
I
Is it what? One, raise your voice.
Is it A?
No, it's not A.
It's C. No,
Letter C, no. Let me help you. He said here, as I told you, contrasting feelings, opposite feelings. He mentioned here dark figures. I watch them sadly. And how you said here sadly, and at the end you said in the heart of the island. I would be on the island of the seas. How you would be there and you hate it? Imagine it. That means the contrastive ideas. That's why. So contrastive feelings. As I told you, we can change the word contrasting music, conflicting feelings, ambiguous feelings, ambivalent feelings. We need opposite feelings in the same answer. That's why. So B is the best answer. Now let's try the next. Need the assertion. Let me help you.
I don't know if this is correct, but I think it's A.
You would think it's A, but no. You have a second answer?
Hmm.
Remember, he said from the graph. We can give you information, but it's not mentioned on the graph. For letter A, you said the four groups differed greatly, but showed identical activity levels. How? It's not the same at all. That means half of the answer is wrong. But look for letter C. CNO treated females showed more activity relative to the females, as he mentioned here. Showed sex-specific difference in response to. How about the CNO treated females? Remember what's the line here? Where is females? And this is one. See, it's better than two males or not.
Yes.
So that's it. If we saw here, it's better than this one. So that's a point.
Okay.
So now we found the CAT is correct. Now again, straight. There is a voice letter B,
Yes.
but no. We have here the point is that being hard worker and dedicated. Let's prove why see. He said from early morning to the fall of the afternoon, he would go from fountain to fountain. So it is hard working. And from bottom to bottom, his lean body so accustomed to bending that he never thought of straining it out. That means he's still hard working. His head bowed as if in prayer. This means he's dedicated to his job. He's work harder. Feel it? The other answers tells you information related to him, but not related to being a hard worker and dedicated. Dedicated, as you know, just like he spent all his life to this cause. That's why. So now C is the best answer. You must read the claim again.
I don't really know. Can you help, please?
Number one, he said here is the claims. Feeling can
So
be
the claim is
so which answer
that feeling.
was increased enhanced. Look, after I came out of the haunted, I felt very accomplished and less stressed. In posterior mood or not? Yes. But here my friends kept laughing as we were walking through. It was not related to the claim at all. So after feeling frightened in control situation, here not related. He said I felt less scared after a few minutes. So less scared after a few minutes. And but I knew everyone was just acting. That means they don't know that they were acting or not. That means this is part, it's not mentioned. But I less scared, it's a positive mood and confidence. Okay, but he didn't mention that the participants know that they are acting. Feel it? That's why. So always check all the answers. Where's the half of answers? Of course, it was not similar. It's not supported in the claim. So we found the letter A, it is correct. Right? Now let's play the game. If you answer that correct, you will go for fun. Let me help you. It says therefore. So based on the previous sentence, what could we include? Let's try to read. Let me help you. Effective for implies that. Implied means just like to get information based on your facts. Where is the fact? This one. So from an evolutionary standpoint means from based on experiments and studies. Deep sleep for hours at a time leaves an animal so vulnerable. Vulnerable means is to be under risk. As you know, vulnerable to diseases, for example. So the famous benefits of sleeping seem insufficient. So the scientists proved the opposite. That's why we use but. Okay. So the benefits of sleeping seem insufficient to explain why it became so spread. So let's read for letter B. He said most traits. We are not talking about most traits. We're talking about only one trait. As he said, sleep. So the focus is about this point. Remember, this is a common trick in making answers. We're talking about one specific point. Here he tells many. Imagine. So B is wrong. Now let's see. It is more important to understand how widespread belong is that to understand its function. This is not about the therefore at all. Talking about the benefits of sleeping is not sufficient. So we give you ideas that is not supported in the text. Again, many traits. We are not talking about many traits. So without reading, I will not continue reading. We are talking about one trait only. So B and D not mentioned at all. And letter C, it's not mentioned in the text. Look for letter A. Prolonged deep, sleep deep. Likely means possibly advantage, as he mentioned. Seem insufficient. Seem here means maybe insufficient. This means likely advantageous in ways that have yet be discovered. As he mentioned here, may be insufficient to explain. So not all the time, prolonged deep sleep could help you, to encode or encoding information in the longer-term memory. So don't think that when I sleep a lot, I help my memory. Sometimes it does not. So we need, of course, to ask a doctor. If I saw letter A, it's right. What happened in answers making? Two answers not mentioned as I told you, and one it's opposite. Feel it? Why? Because there is no comparison here to use then. You feel it? So there is no comparison in the preface or the text at all. So three answers not mentioned there. That's right. So we need to be careful about transition words. And he said these scientists so focus here only, and they focus on the main idea. Focus on the comparisons in any answer. Focus on the plural and the singular points, is it mentioned or not? This could help you. That's why. So now I understand. So we need to keep the rest for your homework. Remember, you have 100 question and answer as much as you can. Deal.
Okay. So, deal.
And now take a small break and eat out all the questions. Inshallah. And if you have any trouble at home, tell me. Like you feel headache, you feel stressed, much noise, distraction around you, any trouble for you, please tell me. Deal.
Okay. Sure.
Inshallah, Dr. Khadija. Right now, it's time for enjoyment. Take it. Bye-bye.
Thank you.